Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Two changes regarding stimulus. One is a proposed change for future stimulus. This will be fascinating. We'll take a look at that first. Then we're going to talk about a change that could potentially derail the current stimulus package. This is a freaking disaster. I hate Congress so freaking much. It pissed me off. But you can still get up to $250 totally for free by depositing money with BlockFi. Go to MetKevin.com/BF to deposit money with BlockFi, and you can buy any cryptocurrency, well, the cryptocurrencies that they sell you, and get up to $250 and get paid interest on your cryptocurrency for doing so. Okay, so let's get into the content. So first, let's talk about this proposal. We've got a proposal from the Democratic Senator Ron Wyden. Okay, here it is. We're going to pull this up. We've got the full proposal, and it is: Dear President Biden, as we work together to get much needed relief to American families, we appreciate your strong support for direct payments and enhanced unemployment insurance for the millions of families affected by this public health and economic crisis. We urge you to include recurring direct payments, aka stimulus checks, and unemployment insurance extensions tied to economic conditions in your Build Back Better long-term economic plan. Okay, so this is basically a letter encouraging recurring stimulus in Biden's infrastructure plan. So not the current stimulus bill. No. We're going to talk about the bad news with the current stimulus bill in just a moment. But this is interesting because there's a demand by Democrats, who are really leading the charge here on these negotiations in Congress, to demand recurring stimulus payments. This crisis is far from over. Our families deserve certainty that they can put food on the table and keep a roof over their heads. Families should not be at the mercy of constantly shifting legislative timelines and ad hoc solutions. Yeah, no freaking kidding. I was so tired of having to even follow along with what the heck Congress is doing just to feel like we have some semblance of normalcy by staying updated, because they don't do it. It's not like they give us a clear stimulus update, because they suck. Obviously, they suck at communicating amongst each other, and we can't expect anything better for us. Anyway, there are several reasons to prioritize both recurring payments and enhanced unemployment. For first, the two forms of payments are effective together. Unemployment insurance has replaced lost income for millions who have lost jobs, but millions of others do not qualify for unemployment insurance after seeing their hours reduced, switching to a lower paying job, or temporarily leaving the workforce. And this is true. There are a lot of people who don't qualify for unemployment insurance for various different reasons. I mean, somebody who was able to get by with a 40-hour per week job, but now got cut to 25 hours a week, they're still considered employed, but they might not be able to get by anymore. So unemployment insurance only covers a certain percentage of the people that actually need help. An Urban Institute study suggests that a single direct payment of $1,200 combined with an extension of enhanced unemployment insurance and other assistance could keep 12 million people out of poverty, and adding a second direct payment could keep an additional 6.3 million people above the poverty line. And I have to say, I don't know exactly why they're talking about $1,200 since we're talking about $1,400 here. I just want to verify this is dated for March of 2021. This is the letter that was released to the media, so this came out today. I imagine once they actually send it to Biden and they all sign it, they'll put the date on the top here. But anyway, okay, so data shows that basically you can not only help people who need the money stay out of poverty, but that you can also increase spending and support jobs. So it's kind of like they're making the argument that, look, the reason you should put recurring stimulus payments into your infrastructure and jobs bill is because we will give people the money that they need so they can spend money and actually keep the people you want employed. Kind of interesting. Almost 6 in 10 people say the $1,400 payments set to be included in the rescue package will last them less than 3 months. That's the last line here in the paragraph. And of course, they go on to say that we want to reduce poverty and make sure that people don't have to worry about how they're going to be able to afford food, which the food crisis has been incredibly disappointing and sad. Third, recurring direct payments have shown wide support in the general public, both from economic experts, and they even mention Republicans here. They say this includes support from 54% of Republicans. And when they say support, I think they really mean for automatic stabilizers. Like if unemployment is above 6%, automatically send checks of $500 a month. I don't know. They don't actually give us a number here. I'm just making something up. Maybe if unemployment goes above 8%, automatically send checks to people of $1,200. This is something that's very popular in theory, but it's very, very, very difficult to see a Congress actually get done because it requires them to have basically this potential for an infinite budget. You can't just put a dollar figure on it. It's always going to be a dollar figure plus, and it's dependent on, well, what's going to happen in the economy. it would make sense. Like, it's logical that, oh crap, unemployment's up and automatically we get some kind of unemployment boost. That would be logical. But Congress is far from logical. I think the reason they give for not doing these automatic stabilizers is just the complexity of actually budgeting for that. And so I don't think any of us as Americans really care about their complexities, but I just want to share both sides as much as I can. As you have said, now is the time for boldness. As you prepare your Build Back Better plan for the long-term economic recovery, know that we are ready to work with you in support of recurring direct checks and extended unemployment insurance benefits to support Americans who are still struggling during the pandemic. Ron Wyden, Elizabeth Warren, who had her, which we talked about yesterday, her wealth tax proposal. We've got Markey, Gillibrand, Booker, Brown, Baldwin, Sanders, Padilla, all in or on board with this letter or plan. All right, folks. So I don't know. In my opinion, the odds of us actually seeing that get included in the next stimulus, or I should say, see, even I'm getting confused, in the next infrastructure and jobs bill, probably on the lower side. But then again, Democrats have control, so that's a chunk of senators right here, so we'll see what happens. Now, here's a different issue, though. Right now, and this is the bigger thing, it's go time for the Senate, led by Chuck Schumer and, of course, President Biden, to show that they can actually get the current stimulus package done. But, of course, now there is a new roadblock, because why wouldn't there be another new roadblock? Senator Joe Manchin is now demanding that the unemployment pay be reduced from $400 a week as a boost to $300 a week as a boost. This is exactly why I don't think that we will actually ever see this recurring stimulus happen. I think it's a little bit of a pipe dream, although there could be a lot of clickbait around that. I do think that people like Joe Manchin, I mean, now he's quibbling over $100 a week for, the period of time between between March and the end of August, which is when unemployment will get extended to. And that could potentially derail the package, because if they make another change like this, they take out the minimum wage provision and they change the unemployment, that goes back to the House. We don't know if we're going to get all of the House on board with changes like that. And they can only afford to lose 5 seats. In the last vote, they already lost 2. So it's frustrating. There will be a roll call vote this week in the Senate, and we'll kind of get a feeling for how people are voting, and we'll get our... Basically, with the roll call vote, we'll be able to see who's going to be the troublemaker and who needs to be, who needs their palms greased a little bit to get this bill through. So we'll see what Joe Manchin ends up holding out for, not to mention any names. Anyway, wow. Okay, recurring stimulus, unlikely, interesting proposal. Joe Manchin causing problems. Nothing really new here. So now go to the link down below and get your $250 with BlockFi by going to metkevin.com/BF. And folks, we'll see you in the next video.